Does it bother you when neighbors are outside?
Locked it every turn. Beautifully synchronized, don't you agree?
Hello, welcome to Drawing Talk, where I draw and I talk. And today I continue work on the first page of my Hand of Braille comic. It's right here. Boop. Continuing the talk about social anxiety. Sometimes I feel like the world is on my time. I'll be referencing that a lot. One major thing is that when I leave the house, it seems like my neighbors are always outside. When I get into my car, they get into their car. When I leave, no matter what time it is, be it 3 a.m. in the morning, 2:45 p.m., or 11:30 at night, they show up. It's just kind of weird. And because of my social anxiety, I purposely try to leave when they're gone. I look outside, I try to make sure it's clear, and then I'm off. And as soon as I'm at the door or I'm in my car, bam, there they are. I'm just like, where the heck did they come from? You know what I mean? And I mean, they're not really doing anything. They're not doing anything wrong. They're just, I don't know. My social anxiety triggers just by them being outside. I had a neighbor that would sit outside and smoke, which is no big deal, but he was right across the street, staring straight at my house every morning and every night whenever I would leave the house. It was just weird. And I've had neighbors with kids that sat on a fence, and they'd sit on the fence right next to the street, and they would just hang out and sit there, which I don't know. It just every time I drive by, it would just make my social anxiety kick in because as I'm driving by, you look over and they're just staring at you and watching you and everything, which it's a really, the moment isn't very long, but it's really hard to explain. I also had another neighbor that would crouch in the middle of his driveway while smoking and glaring out into the street for hours, just really sitting there. And like I said, they're not doing anything wrong. It's their house. I get that, and they probably don't give two about me or what I'm doing. As with everything else, I feel like they're watching, and maybe they are. I don't really know. It doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, you know what I mean? But I always wonder, do they have a room to sit in, a living room, a TV to watch, or something like that? I don't know. I kind of feel like I'm in the Truman Show. I make this reference to my wife every time we go out, whenever a car shows up the same time we do. I always use this quote from the movie.
Same road, no cars. It's magic.
So I looked up a social anxiety forum and found out that there are also a lot of people dealing with this, the same thing that I am, afraid to go out, noticing that their neighbors are out all the time. And it's refreshing and, pretty helpful for me to know that other people are going through this too. You know what I mean? Because I know the world doesn't revolve around me, but I know it happens to me and a lot of other people. So I guess it's a good thing, but you can check out the link to the social anxiety forum and read the posts if you want. Maybe you'll understand, maybe you won't, but I don't know. I found it pretty interesting and informative, so yeah, go check it out. I'll have a link down below. But seriously, still, how is this even possible? And I wake up, I use the restroom, I change my kids, I forget my keys, I eat, I need to find my missing shoe, I leave, then I realize my son has no pants, so I have to go and change him, then I'm off. And at that moment, there they are. And it baffles me that separate lives move in separate directions, do different things at different times and different timings, and yet we end up at the same place at the same exact freaking time. I will reference this every time the rest of the videos about social anxiety because this is probably one of the number one things that frustrates me the most about my social anxiety is that I feel like the universe is in cahoots, and either whether you believe in God or the universe or whatever it is playing chess, and they're setting things in my way just to screw with me. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe some people feel that way. Maybe other people don't. For me specifically, that's kind of how it feels in all of these different situations, And yes, I've been told, don't worry about it. Don't think about it. Don't let it bother you. And every time I'm just like, wow, thank you. That's, why didn't I think of that? You know what I mean? It's so simple. Is that all I need to do? Just switch it off like a humanity switch? If I could, I totally would. But it's not that easy or simple. So how do I deal with it? Well, first of all, I ignore eye contact. If I make eye contact, my anxiety flips out. So I don't look at them. As long as I don't see them there, I still notice them and I feel like they're staring at me, but I don't know. I have, a small modicum of control in that situation if I don't make eye contact. And I just, there's a lot of reasons why I need to leave. I need to, go outside and do something. and I just do what I need to do. I force my way through it. I know there is always that anxiety. It's always going to be there, and I either shut myself in the house and do nothing, or I just go outside and do what I need to do. And lastly, I just go about my business and try to focus on something else. If I'm walking to my car, I focus on my car. If my kids are with me, I'll look down and, look at my kids. So I just need to focus my attention onto something else, because if I'm thinking about the situation or the person standing outside, I'm just freaked out the entire time. So have you ever had to deal with social anxiety and neighbors? What did you do and how did you deal with it? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so that you can stay up to date with every video that I post. And also follow me on Twitter and Instagram, where I post daily, and you can just stay up to date with whatever it is I'm doing. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you're having a blessed day. I'll be back with another video next week. You all rock. Bye.